think Tony's in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah.
Because if you know, like you were saying, how the 20 will go down and then bring Mark back up to the wall. If Tony gets a good restart, he could take both those guys while they're between turn 1 and 2.
Yeah,
if he leaves them the room down on the bottom. If
Tony doesn't overdrive turn 1 and gets his run off of turn 1 to the tunnel. Last time he only had enough run. 20 car got a great start right there.
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna tell you, he got a great start.
Tony's there. Now he's got to go down to the bottom. I'm surprised. I thought he might not be close enough.
Yeah.
Martin on the outside again. We saw this the last time on the restart.
Martin got the great start.
Martin trying to make it stick off the corner. Can he do it? Here comes Logano back on the inside.
I'm not sure Logano's going to have as much run as he did last time.
Put Mark Martin on the point. How about driver 55, old Double Nickel, trying to get his first win at Pocono?
Did he just say double nickel?
He said double nickel.
He is a PA announcer.
Oh, boy.
Let's listen in on Denny Hamlin. He's 4th right now with 8 laps remaining.
How much do you want me to go for this win?
I'm playing go get it.
Talk about fuel, you know, I got to be careful. I can't do it.
Don't worry about being careful, buddy. Go get it.
It shows right now with our worst mileage, we are good by a lap.
So use it all up. I'm using every drop of it.
Mark Martin trying to hang on and win for the first time at Pocono. 7 laps to go. Joey Logano right there with him. Then some distance back to Tony Stewart in 3rd.
Yeah, if Joey's going to get this one, he's going to have to take it from a master. But I'm going to tell you, Joey's car is good. He gets that thing just about a half car length lower over in turn 3 as he started up off. He really rolled in on Mark a lap a minute ago. Joey's going to have to be smart. He's going to have to set him up. He's going to have to think about it and code to the gas in the right place to get a good run at Mark, or Mark's going to have to make a mistake.
Mark doesn't make many of those.
Yeah.
How do they feel in the leaders' camp, Chris?
Well, when I checked in with Rodney Childers on the fuel situation on the 55, I asked him, do you have anything for the 20? He said if Mark doesn't get him on the restarts, he didn't think so because the car was just way too tight when he was up underneath that rear bumper of the 20. Now that he's out front, he says the car is feeling great, but Joey Logano's car sure looks pretty good behind the 55.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, usually if you're out front, your car's working the best because it's in clean air. But like you said, I think you're right, Kyle. Logano's going to have to make Mark or force Mark into making a mistake.
Yes, and you saw over the tunnel turn there. Mark lets off early. Joey runs in on him. Mark goes back to the gas, and he puts that 3 or 4 car lengths on him right there. Joey's really driving in.
Now he's driving it hard.
Now he's overdriving.
Yeah.
And no matter what Joey does in this race, when he comes out of this race, he's going to be a better race car driver for raced Mark Martin for a win like this.
It's nice to be up here with greatness. I mean, before the race today on Countdown to Green, we made our picks. I didn't. You two did, and Larry Mack. Kyle said Joey Logano. Wally, you said Mark Martin running 1-2. I mean, you guys are sharp.
What can I say?
But I'm going to tell you, I'll be the first to laugh if something doesn't go right. At you two. Not at Mark and Joey, but at you two, I promise you.
This is about Mark and Joey. This is not about Wally and myself.
No doubt.
But we are good.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's hard enough to spend 6 weeks with you guys, especially when you're right.
But you know what? Larry had some good stuff to say about.
Oh, Mark jumped the bobble a little bit. That's stuff that Mark can't do.
That's what he can't do. Here comes Joey.
He might have an up run on him here.
Mark's there.
Oh.
4 to go.
Logano to the inside for the race lead. 4 laps remaining into turn 1.
No, it's the kind of thing you can't do. I'm telling you, one little mistake on each one of these guys. Oh, he is all under Mark Martin.
He got him.
Sideways.
Martin sideways off the corner. Here comes Joey Logano for the race lead.
Anyway, we're not done yet. I don't think Mark's going to appreciate that too much.
No, but I truly believe that once Joey's in front, I do believe this. Joey checked out on him a minute ago because Joey can roll so much better through the center of the corner. What Joey was doing was rolling in on Mark and losing his front end. You know, Mark, every bit of that happened when Mark made a mistake up there in 3 and got on the curb. Right. He opened the door for Joey to get in on him and just lay the bumper to him just a little bit and get him out of shape. That's a great move by Joey Logano.
Hey, guys, when I see
Go,
these
do
top
not
two
look in the mirror. Let's go. Let's go. Everything out front. Come on.
of Joey Logano and Mark Martin, the move that Joey Logano just made on Mark Martin there in turn one, if I go back to 2005, 2006, Joey Logano was not even old enough to drive a Sprint Cup Series car, but Mark Martin told Jack Roush when he was going to leave Roush Fenway Racing, I'd put Joey Logano in that 6th car because he will be a star one day. And when you think about Mark Martin, how about 6 second plate finishes at Pocono, but never has one here?
Bet you sorry about saying that now.
Yeah. But, there are some racetracks, and we talk about this a lot up here, maybe too much. There's some racetracks that drivers just naturally adapt to. And Joy came here. Let's go back to Joy making the famous comment about Kevin Harvick's wife wearing the fire suit. And we know where that happened up here in turn 3. There's so many times that Joy has been right there on the cusp of having a great run or a great finish. And I mean, he's backed it up today. No matter where he ends up and what happens here, he has backed it up today. And so has Mark. I mean, Mark just solidifies that he's one of the greatest Cup drivers that ever sat in a car.
When Joey Logano won for the only time in his career at New Hampshire back in June of 2009, it was rain shortened. I'm sure that burns in you a little bit as a race car driver. He's hungry. There's no question about it. Marty talked earlier about the success in the Nationwide Series, and perhaps now he's got the confidence he needs to go win again on NASCAR's big stage.
He's also driving for his job. I mean, you can look at it any way you want, but he is driving to stay in this seat, and that's what he's driving about right now.
The bigger thing for Joy, I think, is the pressure that is on this kid to go out and perform. And I do believe, like Larry said, Darlington was a huge boost. I thought he ran a great race at Darlington. Got the wall there at the end and still came back and managed something out of it. So I think when you look at Dale Jr., as we said before, drove his way back to 8th. That's as far as he can get. When you start racing against Kenseth and Boyer and Hamlin and those guys, it gets tough at the end of the race because they're not giving an inch.
Joey Logano got the white flag last time by. Less than a lap to his 2nd career win. Jimmy Johnson now closing in, trying to pass Tony Stewart for 3rd. What a day it's been for the 5-time champion.
And Jimmy Johnson, 2 speeding penalties, a lap down, makes it up, wave around, all this stuff, and comes back.
They do it all the time. And that's amazing.
And it's like we said in the beginning. Where has Jimmy Johnson gone? Not anywhere.
Welcome back to the top of the board. Joey Logano in his rookie season won for the first time June of 2009 at New Hampshire. Back to victory lane today. It happens at Pocono.
When he's won in the Nationwide Series and in the Cup Series, he's gotten out with that steering wheel, and he does it again today. Career win number 2 for Joey Logano. His dad, Tom, has already been in here to give him a big hug inside the race car. Jason Shapiro, the car chief, longtime car chief for this 20 team. I know you were emotional inside the car, and we were talking earlier this week. You told me you needed redemption after last August and what could have been a win for you here. But what were you thinking when Mark got around you on that restart? Did you think it's over?
I said, oh man, I screwed up. I knew my car was better than his, and the clean air is worth so much. And man, Jason Ratcliffe and the guys gave me one heck of a car, and the brake package on this thing was amazing. And I was able to outbrake a lot of guys into one all day and make some passes there. So I didn't want to get in the back of Mark there, but I was just kind of running in with speed, and he was getting free, and I just kind of stayed right there. And man, it's just awesome to finally get victory lane the right way. I think Sprint, obviously the Home Depot, Toyota, all our sponsors that helped us out so much throughout the year and sticking with us, Dollar General. Man, you don't know how much this means.
When you saw the bobble with Mark, was that the light you needed to make a move?
Yeah, I saw the bobble coming off a 3. I said, here's my chance. It's so hard to pass, and that was my one shot to get him, and was able to get it back. So I was going to be on suicide watch if I gave it away like that, but man, it was awesome to get it back.
So many rumors around you, people saying he doesn't deserve this ride. Maybe he needs to be back in Nationwide. What does this win say about you? I know you try to make it about team, but what does it say about you?
I hope it shuts them all up, is what I hope, and I tell you what, it just means a lot, man. For this whole team, Jason Ratcliffe, to get his first Cup win for him, man, it means so much. You don't understand. It's just, man, it's just cool.
He's holding back the tears. You know, Kyle picked you today, so he's going to have to pick it for the next 6 TNT races, isn't he?
You can pick me every race if that's what he wants. All right.
Congratulations, Joey Logano in victory lane. Chris Neville.
Well, Mark Martin had the 55 at the front all day, and Mark, those were some incredible restarts you had in the late going of this race. But that contact between you and Joey down in turn 1, what did you think about that?
We were racing hard, man. I wanted to win it so bad. I just want to thank Ken Butler, everybody from Aaron's, the fans, because That's why Ken Butler and Aaron's gave me this chance. Michael Waltrip. You know, these guys are awesome. What a great race team, and I'm so thankful that I have a chance to bid for a win. I wanted it really bad, and believe it or not, I fought for it tooth and nail.
Mark Martin gets his second place at Pocono.
Now we look at unofficial results from today's Pocono 400, presented by #NASCAR. Logano wins it. Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, and Denny Hamlin inside the top 5, guys.
Yeah, Boyer turned it around. Kenseth was strong all day, as was Earnhardt.
And you know, a lot of these guys that we're looking at right here are the same guys that started in the top 10. When we look at Jamie McMurray, Paul Menard had a great run. Carl to come back to from 11th from the very first corner of the very first lap.
Ambrose hung in there all day long, was 13th, and Greg Biffle came in as the championship leader. Some engine issues, finished 24th, dropped to 3rd in the standings. Kyle Busch, second week in a row. He's had engine problems. 30th is where he finished today. Landon Castle involved in that early accident after starting 15th. Rounds out the 43-car field. Send it to Matt Yoakum.
Impressive day by the 14 car. So many questions smoke coming into today with the new pavement and the different variables. What was the biggest challenge? Because it was an impressive team effort in the 14.
Yeah, it's just so hard to pass, you know, but you know, everybody knew that going into it. You know, it's something that only time will take care of and age will take care of, but this old racetrack made it a long time before it had to be repaved, but it just makes for a really long, hard day. It's you just can only get so close to guys, and then you struggle to get by. But man, I'm really proud of Steve Addington and all the guys in this Mobile One Office Depot team. Just a great job and a great way to rebound from the last couple weeks.
2 wins earlier this season. You said you were looking for that consistency. Good example that you guys are back on the right track.
Well, you hope so. I mean, it's a freshly paved track, so I mean that's a different variable altogether. But really, really proud of the effort and proud of. It's been a long day, a long week. I mean, it's been a 5-day week for these guys. So really proud of our team and congratulate Joey. That was an awesome job. He definitely earned that one.
And the 14 guys that come home 3rd in Pocono Speed Week.
So we look now at the championship standings. Following round 14, Matt Kenseth takes over the lead. He's 10 in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. We told you about the problems for Greg Biffle. He drops from the top spot in the championship standings down to 3rd, 16 points out. Denny Hamlin is 4th, and Jimmy Johnson in the top 5, 30 behind leader Matt Kenseth. What about the day for Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Strong all afternoon as you look at the standings outside the top 10. Let's hear from Dale Earnhardt Jr. Here's Ralph Shaheen.
Well, Dale, you said it. You had a really good race car. What held you up? Was it just the fuel strategy at the end?
Well, we can we start over?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. You ready? Okay. Junior, you said it yourself on the radio at the end. You had a really good car today. What was it that cost you the opportunity to get the win?
Well, we just didn't want to run out of gas. I didn't know the caution flags were going to be so long. And they were long enough to help them guys make it on fuel. We just didn't. We're not able to take them kind of chances just yet.
And the 2004 winner here at Pocono, Jimmy Johnson, not 1 but 2 speeding on pit road penalties early. You've had 3/4 of the race to digest it. Any idea what could have caused all of that, Jimmy?
All we can really come up with is, NASCAR has the rule is from yellow line to yellow line, and what they do is they measure from the nose of the race car back to the transponder. So from the yellow line back however many feet is where the timing loop is. So long story short, when we get to the end of pit road, when your nose hits the line, you take off. I did that the first time I got nailed. I thought, all right, maybe I just overdid it. Second time I waited until the tail crossed the yellow line and still got pinched. So all we can come up with is that the yellow line versus the timing loop, that orientation is different here. Things were just repaved and everything's been redone, and we need to physically walk down and mark it off ourselves to understand what happened there, because we got nailed along with a lot of other guys.
Was that a patented statement recovery by you and the 48 guys?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Chad called a great race, got me some track position on 2 tires. Pit stops were flawless, and we had a fast car. I mean, if I had 3 major things with the big slide I had down in turn 1 on the second to last restart, if one of those 3 didn't happen, I think we'd be in victory lane celebrating right now.
And the recovery ends 4th here at Pocono.
Matt, tell me about your day.
Well, it was up and down. When you know, we got our car to the front, we were pretty good and could hold the lead there a little bit under greens, and just short runs are really difficult for me to get going. I could get through the gears fine and all that, and they would just still get out there, and I kept restarting outside and being in a bad spot, and we just lost so many spots. I just you know, could never get it back.
There was so much issue about the timing lines today. Did you guys have any issues with that?
No, we pitted late that first run to try to get a bonus point and lead a lap, and we heard about all the people speeding, and they told me about it, so I just made sure I ran real slow down pit road.